All right, so let's talk about Ian No's record, okay? I am just going to go ahead and let you know that I have nothing negative to say. There will be no negativity coming from me because this album is definitely in the top 3 of my favorite albums of the year. And it's definitely number 1. Like, there's not any album that comes anywhere close. It's the album that I've listened to more than any other album this year. But I want to hear what you guys, your first react. Some of y'all listened to it for the first time. So let me know what you're feeling about it. I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. We're going to talk about some of my favorite songs. Talk about why I think it's so great. Jody says best album of the year easily. It for me too. Right now, probably my top 3 albums are Ian No's record. What I kind of go back and forth. Probably the Lost Dog Street Band record. I really like the Jamestown Revival record. I don't know if y'all have checked that one out a whole lot. And then there was one other one that I had. I don't remember what it was, but yeah. So let's just talk about why it's so great. It is the archetype of what I think Americana music is. We talk about it so often that what is Americana music? Why some people are like, it should just be country or it should just be this. To me, this record is the just overarching, or I guess what's the best way to say it? This record is just the standard of what a great Americana record looks like. And why is that? And this is all my opinion, by the way. You may not like it, but it respects traditional music while at the same time adding new vibes to it. It's world-class storytelling. And it's what country music should be. It's what Americana should be. It is telling stories about normal, regular folks from where he's from. And I wish that this year there was a record that came out of Mississippi that just told stories about Mississippi that I loved as much as I love this record right here. It sounds unbelievable. His voice is incredible. The band is fire. It sounds great. And at the same time, you feel like you're being transported back to an age where times were different. But it's still got something new about it that you can't put your hand on. Now, a lot of folks... Yeah, quintessential is the word. It is the quintessential Americana record. It's got a little blues in there. It's got a lot of folk. It's got some country. It's got some bluegrass. It just has all of the things that I love so much, but it's done in such an incredible way. Prine and Croach had a son. You're right. And I have listened to some of the songs on the record so many times. Now, it starts off with Pine Grove, which is a song written about the pandemic. And I feel like it's the best post-pandemic song that talks about the pandemic, talks about being in Pine Grove and being in a madhouse. And one thing that I love about the whole record is just how you get wrapped up in the stories. The same way that you get wrapped up when you're watching a movie and you're just all in on the plot lines and all of the people. It brings you into his world. Although I've never been to Appalachia. I mean, I've been there, but I've never spent a lot of time there. I just feel like Ian No is the best of us. And I don't know if he's getting a lot of buzz or a lot of love out there, but if you have not, Tim, yes, go listen to the record. That's another great point, Jody, is who else writes without choruses? There are so many songs that do not have a chorus that are fantastic. For example, Ballad of a Retired Man is literally 2 songs. Ballad of a Retired Man is literally 2 chords. Sorry, not songs. And it keeps you just engaged the whole time. The last song on the record doesn't have a chorus, but it just feels so good. All right, so what are y'all's favorite songs? I literally could have written all of the record. I think all of the record is that good. My favorite songs in no order are Pine Grove. I think it's the best post-pandemic song out there. River Fool. Got the river fool, good old mountain wine. Ballad of a Retired Man. Appalachia Haze, and Road May Flood. And sometimes with some of these great albums, I'm not the best at describing specifically what happens when I listen to it. But I think the best way that I can describe a great Americana album is one that just gets me wrapped up in the stories that are being told. Now, my problem with my own songwritings a lot of times is I tend to only write about myself, and I've got to be better at being a great storyteller. And man, this guy's a fantastic storyteller. He talks about one of the interviews he did with Hippies and Cowboys podcast of how important melody is to him. Melody is like his big thing. And you could tell, like, all the melodies are incredible. So many people are going to say it sounds like Dylan. I think it definitely has some Dylan-esque vibes, but it's unique too, man. It's very unique. So please go check it out. Go get into it. It's one of the best records I've heard in a long time. I've been playing it on repeat, and I have not stopped.